Hello students, today we're going to learn section 2.1, conditional statements. Okay, conditional statement has two parts. You have often seen a conditional statement, but you've never recognized it. So from now on, if you ever have an if-then in your statement, that is what you call a conditional statement. So the two parts of a conditional statement will be the hypothesis. It's the statement after the word if. Conclusion is a statement after the word then. Example 1. Identify the hypothesis and conclusion. If it rains, then the game is canceled. This is a conditional statement. You have the words if and then. So if, then. So according to what we said, the hypothesis is after the word if. So here is the hypothesis, it rains. The conclusion is the game is canceled. So there is your hypothesis, it rains. Conclusion, the game is canceled, for example 1. Example 2. They want us to write a conditional statement. So to write a conditional statement, you have to have the words if and then. So in this statement here, we don't have the words if and then. It says a right angle measures 90 degrees. So what we're going to do is make this into a conditional statement. If an angle is right, then its measure is 90 degrees. Again, if an angle is right, then its measure is 90 degrees. Here's another statement. This is not conditional because you don't see the words if and then. A circle has equal radii. Radii is the plural form for radius. So, if a shape is a circle, then the radii are equal. Notice I had to put an additional word here. I can't just say if a circle. Put a description. So you could say if a shape, or you could say if a figure is a circle, then the radii are equal. This is now a conditional statement because you have the words if and then. Okay, the next topic is a conditional statement can be true or false. To prove false, provide a counterexample. So we went over the word counterexample in the last lesson. So example 3, show that the conditional statement is false. If it is February, then there are only 28 days. Well, this has a false truth value. A conditional statement will either have a true truth value or a false truth value. So in this case, it's going to have a false truth value because during a leap year, February has 29 days. So we just found a counterexample for this conditional statement. So therefore, the truth value is false because we found a counterexample. In order for it to be true, the conditional statement has to be true for every situation. Okay, next topic, converse statement. Converse statement is when you just switch the hypothesis and the conclusion. You just switch these statements around and you will have the converse. Example 5, write the converse. So this is, I think, what we had in example 1. If it rains, then the game is canceled. So what you're going to do is you're going to switch. You're going to get this part right here, the hypothesis, move it in front of the if, and then you're going to take this part right here and switch it to the conclusion. So now here is the converse. If the game is canceled, then it is raining. This converse has a false truth value, because if the game is canceled, there could be another reason why it's canceled. The game could be canceled because the lights aren't working, or because not enough players showed up because of a forfeit. So there could be more than one reason for the game to be canceled. So the converse has a false truth value. Part B. If a figure has 4 sides, then it is a square. So the converse is move this for the hypothesis, move this part to the conclusion. So again, I had to add another word to make the statement be grammatically correct. So if the shape is a square, then it has 4 sides. So this is the converse for this conditional statement. So all converses are conditional statements. If, then. Last thing we're going to talk about today is symbolic form. Symbolic form just means instead of having the word "it rains" and then the words "then the game is canceled," they're just going to use P and Q. So this symbolic form means if P then Q. So if P then Q, then this is the converse. So if this is the conditional statement, this is the converse, because we switched. Again, we switched. So if P then Q, this is if Q then P. Thank you.